Hey guys, welcome to the express demo of Bookedin AI. My job today is simple. It's just to give you a full overview of the platform in as little time as possible, so you can get a feel for how everything works. In fact, I'm gonna show you exactly how we built an AI system that my clients paid over $5,000 for, and how you can do the same thing in just a few minutes. I often feel like whenever I look at new software, I really don't know how it works, and I can't really imagine what it's like before I sign up. So my big goal today is for you guys to have all the knowledge and get a real idea of what the Bookedin platform does, what it can do for you, and how we can help. And that means I'll show you the entire workflow of how to recreate some agents that are in production today, and ultimately how you can take it and sell it as your own. And if you're saying, yeah, that sounds great and all, but I'm not a developer, our big goal when we created this platform was to build a tool that's as easy to use as an iPhone. So watch this.
He literally gives you the plan on what to do. And it's not that hard, guys, especially with no code tools. So, man, that was phenomenal. So guys, check him out.
AI is not rocket science, but at the same time, for someone like myself who's not very technical, there's a lot of nuances, and he goes out of his way to explain it in a way that helps me understand. So I highly recommend anybody looking to understand, to get to know AI better, who's looking to sell AI. His community and his software is amazing.
I just want to take a second and just give a huge shout out to Samin and his team for really helping us non-technical people really, enter into this game and take us from, zero to lethal when it comes to, just some really cool agent building and whatnot.
We actually built this product because when we started as an agency, we were building hundreds of AI employees like this for hundreds of customers. But we had a huge problem that every time we built one of these for a client, it was literally a nightmare. It was super complicated. It took us weeks because we had to develop everything from scratch over and over. We were duct taping everything together with a bunch of different software, and we had to manage a dozen different technologies, build complex workflows, and try to keep it all together. But that wasn't really scalable. It was not efficient at all. And honestly, it was kind of holding us back from serving our clients at the level we wanted. So we kind of had a choice. It was either wrestling with that mess or build a better solution for ourselves. So we chose to build a platform that we, and now you, can actually use to get simple, fast results. We took all the complexity of all the different tools, of all the scattered workflows, and built one coherent experience, a single source of truth. Basically, we designed it with one thing, which is focus, and that's to build and manage these AI employees so you can service your clients a lot better, faster, and more profitably. Because today, that's all that really matters: results. So that's why we actually have a unique way of doing this. We actually put a lot of thought into making sure you guys actually crush it with the system. So we don't want to just give you a piece of software and walk away. That's literally a recipe for failure. So we do it in 3 simple steps. So step 1, you join our community. And the second you join, you get instant access to the entire Bookedin platform. And let's be honest, the software alone is good, but where the real value starts is there. Because we don't just throw you into a deep end and wish you good luck. We want to personally take the time to onboard you and make sure you're set with everything you need. So step 2 is we develop these agents together, because AI is literally changing every day. So instead of getting you to keep up with it, let's just do it together and build with what's coming out. What that means is we'll get on calls with you, we'll share our screen, and we help you configure and brand these employees that you build. And because we're working on this together, we can ensure you get results.
Yo, Samin, bro, I just tried out the version 2 of the AI setup, bro. This shit is fucking fire.
I've seen everything in the market, and by far, no question about it, I'd say yours is. There's not even a close comparison to a second best.
Okay, so let's dive in. Right now, we're going to be building that $5,000 AI employee I mentioned live in the next few minutes. And the use case we're tackling today is for like a travel school. They essentially get clients by running ads to a simple page with a phone number and a form. And when they were doing this, they had a live person literally sitting by the phones, taking these calls, trying to qualify these people, and then setting meetings with the sales closer. Their team was literally grinding, doing calls, text, emails like all day. But the real problem was that they couldn't be live 24/7. So we tried fixing that, and we did. So we're going to build that employee to do all the work for an entire team. So that's handle inbound calls, instantly call the leads that submit a form, qualify every lead based on their specific criteria. We want to book qualified leads into the Google Calendar. We want to follow up if a call gets cut or goes unanswered. We want to make sure the CRM is updated with notes. And now look at this. This is how you used to have to build something like this. It's a complete mess. Weeks of work, multiple subscriptions, and a constant risk of something breaking. That's why we're going to do all of this right here from a single screen. Okay, so step 1. First thing we're going to do is go to My Agents and click Create New Agent, right? So here, Create Agent. All right, simple, right? Okay, step 2, we want to give it the brain, right? So what that means is first we have this thing, which is the objective, and then the prompt goes in here, all right? So the prompt is like the brain for the agent. So I'm just gonna go paste some prompts just so this video isn't an hour long and you can follow along. We literally have a prompt library where you can find the stuff. But literally in the agent objective, what we're pasting is essentially that the job of the agent is to qualify these prospects when they're 18 or older, they can legally work in the US, they have a high school diploma and no visible tattoos, and basically they're interested, right? That's very simple. Then we have a prompt template we're gonna paste. Now we're gonna paste this prompt. So I have this prompt that I'm gonna copy and paste here, also in the prompt library. Okay, cool. You see it can detect some dynamic variables. So we'll leave it there, and it says there's 4 variables. You don't need to know any of that right now. Okay, cool. Now we want to make sure we extract values from this conversation we're having with these leads, right? Okay, so let's say we want the primary motivation, and then we want, let's say, their age, over 18, and this is all natural language, and top objection noted. So basically we want to know why they might churn from the sales call or appointment setting. All right. Okay, done. Okay, cool. So we're good there. Now what we do is we go to channels. Let's make this a little better of a model. So GPT-3, cool. So this is, you see, this is VAPI. So you can literally bring your own VAPI agents and use it here as well if you want to. All right. And there, right then, you can just test it if you want. If you just hit test, you can talk to it in the microphone, and makes it so then you can work really well.
Hi, this is Helen, your admissions advisor from the Travel.
Okay, cool. But what you'll see is right now in the channels, we have a bunch of different channels. So there's voice, SMS, WhatsApp, Gmail, Outlook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're going to be adding a couple, but this is one agent that essentially has context between all these channels, and it can do all this stuff. All right. So now I realized what we need to do is, one, give it a phone number. So right here in phone numbers, you can just import your Twilio number very simply, and then just click here and save. After you do that, you're done with the inbound agent, right? Then ideally what we want to do is give it access to a Google Calendar, right? Okay, so how do we do that? So here you'll see in tools right here. So I go to tools, and then I go to apps. Then I have some connected already, but I'm just going to show you how to do it. Right here, you can just go to Google Calendar, and like all these, you just hit install, and then you just hit configure, and it'll direct you to kind of just sign into your Google, like really simply, like I'll show you to you with Drive. Boom. Boom. So this is done through this thing called Composio. It's one of the biggest tools installers. Okay, cool. See, that's about it. And then it comes up right here. We're not going to use this right now, but it's the same way how you do Google Calendar. All right. Okay. So now that we have that, if we want to add it to voice, there's just one small extra step we have to do, where we just have to hit MCP server, and then let's say Cal, and then you just select the app right here. Okay. And then you hit create. Oh, whoops. Cal's. And that's about it. You're going to create a new MCP server. That's Cal's, and you can add it to your voice agent. Okay. That's literally it. Now we go back to agent. Since we've created that, what do we call this again? Oh yeah, we called it travel agent. Now we go to channels, and now we go to tools, and then we have to just give our tool. Okay. This is just, that's it. And then you hit save. Okay. And then let's say you want to configure the SMS agents. So you just, all you got to do is hit SMS. It uses the same brain. And all you have to do is, if you wanted to text as well, you just select a number and you're good to go there. And then for tools, it's a little separate. So you just hit tools, and then you hit save, and then you're done. So this is a voice prompt. So what we want to do is just test it right here, and we can do that. And let me just show you a test call that I'm just going to get my phone, and then I have to call it because my phone's not with me right now.
Hi, this is Helen, your admissions advisor from the Travel Academy. Is now a good time to chat?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So what made you interested in becoming a flight attendant? Awesome, thanks. Oh, and do you have any visible tattoos that might affect your ability to meet airline industry standards?
No.
Cool, thanks for sharing all that. So you pretty much check all the boxes for eligibility. Thanks, I've got you booked for Tuesday, June 17th at 10 in the morning Eastern time.
Now, if you want to review the call, you can just go to all leads, right? And then you'll see right here, I have done the call. So if we open that up, we can see it's actually really cool. The fact that it extracted my name, it extracted my email, my phone number, my motivation, my age, that I'm over 18, and then my top objection, right? And then here you'll see all the tools that were called, like get the current time, the date, get the free slots, create the event. Everything is right here. Cool. So we have a really good application right now. And let's say you want to get a bit fancier, right? So let me show you this. So let's say if you want to push this to your CRM or something. So we attach this with this application. What we can do here is very simply, so for example, let's say the form thing we mentioned initially, we could always just have, whenever a new submission comes in, we just create a phone call and it creates an objective. This is getting a bit more advanced, but it should be super simple, like 1, 2, 3, right? And if we, let's say, want to make sure we're following up, what that is that's called a strategy for the agent, right? So what kind of follow-up strategies can we give it? So here I made one. I'm just going to show you. Ideally, it's super simple, but it's just, we start off with a text that we're going to tell the user that they're calling about a form they filled, and then they get a call if they don't answer, right? And then we see if the prospect are qualified or not. So if they respond, we're going to analyze, and if they don't respond, we're going to keep SMSing and calling them like every day. Okay, so it's very simple to do that, and then you attach it to your agent, and you're pretty much good to go from there. All right, so this would have taken us like a long time to build out, normally without something like the software. So the idea is this makes it so that we don't show scam likely first, because it's going to appear maybe Helen when we're going to be talking to it. All right, so let's just recap. We just replaced that entire complicated multi-$1,000 mess with one simple, powerful system that you actually just saw me build. And this becomes literally your source of truth. So you can measure all of this in your leads, and you can even put it out to your CRM if you want. So to recap, we basically built an AI employee that's qualifying leads, that's booking appointments. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Basically, where it gets really exciting for you as an agency owner, now that you know how to create these employees, how do you actually sell these as your own, right? So I'm going to show you the white label portion of this and show you how you can turn these skills into a high value service, right? And that's done primarily through this white label portion, right? Okay, so notice how right now the URL and the logo and everything is dashboard.bookedin.ai, right? So that's us. But if you go to this white label, actually before this white label, maybe I'll show you this. So if you go to settings, what you can do is, if you have this feature enabled, is you can go to branding and domain, and you can set your own company logo, your favicon, which is this icon right here, your browser title on what you want it to say, and even your custom domain. So we white labeled this just for fun as cat.aianswer.us. So let me show you that. So I go to the white label. So here, it's my portal, and what I can do here is literally manage my clients, right? So here we can manage their balance, if they have any providers, if they have any API keys, etc., right? So it becomes really simple. And what you can do is, if you have more clients, you just add a business, you give them an account, and boom. But this is the real cool part, right? So let's say I log in as one of these clients. If you put the agent in there, and if I just do that, what happens is you'll see that, hey, the client, right now I don't have a logo configured for this account, but you can really easily. But the idea is you can do cat.aianswer.us. See, the domain changes so you can brand it for yourself. And then also what you can do is essentially you can see all of this. You can have enable or disable whatever you need, right? Now what you can do is literally just give them a login, and from one central place, you can manage all their AI employees and track all their usage and see their results. So it's all also going to be under your brand. So if a client ever needs you to log in themselves, they can literally just go to your domain, see your logo, and get that professional high quality experience. All right. So normally we just push all this data to the CRM, the client CRM, and the transcripts, everything there. so they might not even need to know this, but it's cool because some people really want to understand the inner workings. And this gives them a really clean, professional way to show all the work that's being done and how to display it, right? So you have two places where your data is not getting lost. And this is how you kind of go from being a service provider to a technology owner. Now you can charge your clients whatever you want, a service, a setup fee, a retainer. It's your business model. You're reselling this new cutting edge technology that we are making. And on your client's behalf, they see you as the genius that built it. So this is the key to keep scaling. But the thing is, we don't stop right there. We're trying to equip you with everything you need to win. So we're also going to be giving you a full membership to go high level, just because you can set up your funnels, whatever you need, and then even put the Bookedin platform in here if you really want to. And you can literally use this to manage your entire pipeline. So you can use anything here, and imagine offering your clients a fully branded CRM and a fully branded AI workforce. Your customers will never know you're using Bookedin AI. They're just gonna think, wow, this is a great quality and a professional experience. So now that you have a quick overview of the platform, and I hope you like it, because if you do, you're at kind of like a crossroads right now. So you basically have two options. Option one, you can basically try to do this all yourself. You can try to figure out how to build these AI agents from scratch. You can spend months, maybe even years, trying to duct tape dozens of different solutions, hoping you can piece together some system that doesn't break. Or you can even spend tens of thousands of dollars on developers and subscriptions. Or you can just get everything from us, which is option two. You get the entire Bookedin platform. You can fully white label it for your brand. You can get our proven offers, the exact service packages we use to close over 200 clients. You can get our secret lead gen playbook to find high value clients immediately. You can put your client acquisition on autopilot with the system funnels and we have built out. And then you can get direct hands-on expert support from us to make sure you're not stuck. At this price point, it's a pretty incredible deal, and that's why it's not gonna last forever. This is only for our beta users, but if you're ready, I can't wait to see all the great stuff you're gonna build. I really encourage you hit the link below and grab this offer. And I'm really, really stoked to welcome you to Bookedin AI.